Here we go. Yeah, who wants to recount the events of last session?
I
Anyone?
can, I guess. Yeah, I'll go for it.
Cool.
So we started off up here in this room, where we'd found Glass Star, presumably. We didn't know at the time. Rook, myself, and Nipper all tried to accost him. I tried to grab him. Nipper tried to jump on him. Didn't quite go to plan. He ran away through this door here. I proceeded to run after him through that door, this door, and this door to be surrounded by, was it 4 of the red brands who
It's
proceeded to absolutely slaughter me.
it's what's known in the pro circles as doing a nipper.
uh, Somehow or other, we managed to kill them anyway without me dying because Paul's nice and yeah. So we managed to kill 4 of them. Oh, 3 of them. Sorry, one of them ran through this door here, and then this door here. But we had actually sent Glass Stuff, who's currently here still, to sleep before tying him up. Rook ran through both of those doors into another room with 3 bugbears in it and a goblin. He quickly made a swift exit. There was a bit of a fight. Nipper went down, but didn't get too close to dying. We took them all out. We walked to Glassstaff. He told us he's actually, what's his name again?
Oh,
Got it written down somewhere.
same.
Was it Iano?
Yep.
Yes. The guy that we'd been sent by Sildar to find. He's actually a member of the Lord's Alliance, but had his head turned by Black Spider, who seemed to be offering him some sort of reward, probably financial, I think it was, to both beat up the locals and capture anybody that was looking into the mine that our goblin dwarf friends are looking into, presumably including those dwarves, but we're not entirely sure. We did find a notebook of some kind as well, didn't we?
Yep.
With some information in it, which basically backed that up. I then punched him a few times in the face until he fell unconscious. Meanwhile, Rook and Nipper were employing the services of said goblin to be our butler. And then we had a short rest, and that's where we are, I think.
Yep. We went to the inn. I think we ended. We were going to start the session at the inn. I don't know if we.
I didn't think
that was the letter that you found.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd gotten that far, and I thought we were still in this room.
Yeah, you hadn't actually gone anywhere yet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm in now. Sorry about
I have formulated a plan. I don't know if you guys want to hear it before we start.
You all took a short rest, I believe.
Yeah. So some of us have healed up, I think, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I'm back to full health.
Yeah, so am I. Do you guys want to hear my plan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go on.
I plan on making a complete show of this guy, and at the same time the town master, because I'm pretty unimpressed with both of them. So my plan runs like this. If one of us could drag him through town, that'd be great. Paul, could you pull up the map of town?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
I seem to have broken the page anyway.
Yeah.
Bear with.
Whilst we go through town, I believe, what is it, sort of early morning now, or
Yeah.
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 If we whilst
Actually,
going through
no.
town,
Sorry, no. It's not early morning. You're getting on towards not like the later evening.
Okay, so it's late evening. Okay, if we could, as we walk down into town towards, I think actually right outside the hall would be a good place.
Okay.
We could make as much noise and get as many people's attention as possible. That'd be great.
You're going to do it outside. You're not going to go into the Townmaster's Hall, which is currently open and available.
Oh no! We're going to stop by at the inn because I presume that Sildar's still there. He tends to be there.
No. Sildar tends to hang out at the Townmaster's Hall during the day.
We're saying it's late evening, so we'll get his attention anyway. Either way, I plan on sort of knocking on the door, throwing this guy on the floor, and just laying into them all.
All right, fair enough. Okay,
I mean,
so
it's up to everybody else, obviously. But that was
so when you get there, as is customary, the Townmaster's Hall door is entirely wide open, and as far as you can see, looking in, Sildar and the Townmaster and a load of other people are in there at the moment as well. And as you approach, you can hear shouting coming out of the Townmaster's Hall.
Can we make out what any of that shouting is?
It sounds awfully like a female voice that you've heard fairly recently. You would guesstimate it might be the wife of what's his face? Drendar. Yeah, you guess it was Myrna Drendar.
Okay. Is everybody happy with this plan, by the way? Because Paul seems to have gone with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go guns blazing.
Cool.
Okay, bear with.
Yeah.
Bear with.
If they're in there, can I just walk in and just throw them on the floor then?
Yep,
instead?
cool.
Yeah, cool. We're inside.
Let me sort this. Have you dropped off Droop, your butler, at your house on the way past by any chance?
Really gone to our house?
It depends how hastily we went to the hall. If we went straight there, he's still attached to my rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you guys. Is he with you then?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Bear with a second.
For this plan, are you wanting to cause a scene?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh, you would not
town.
believe how much of a scene I'm trying to make, he says. I'm making
I
all of
want the
the
whole
scene.
town to hear this.
Okay, I'll use my minor illusion cantrip to play military drums as we walk through.
Oh, I like that.
I would cast Thunder Wave, but that might do some damage.
Yeah, you've not gone so well with that thus far, have
No.
you? Alright, can you all see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. So, as you enter the town hall, you walk through the doors, and what do you do, Lars?
I proceed to walk roughly to the middle of the room and Chuck, whatever his name is,
Glass.
in the middle of the room.
So
Just on the
about
floor.
here.
Yeah, there-ish.
Alright,
Give or
okay.
take.
So are you guys following with him, or are you hanging back?
No, we need to back him up.
Okay, so as you enter into the hall, you see quite a number of people have gathered around, split into roughly two groups. On your left, you have several people that you can see. You recognise them as Quellin Alderleaf, the farmer that you met, whose son gave you the lead on the sneak way into the Red Brand's hideout. You see also Sister Garrelay, the cleric from the Luck shrine, and Darren Endermarth, who is the ex-adventurer from the Orchard. They all nod at you as you walk in. The other group to your right consists of Leanne Greywind, the proprietor of the Lion Shield Costa, Elmar Barthen, the trading post owner, and Halia Thornton, the leader of the Miners' Exchange. They seem to be stood in a small group to the side there. In front of you, you see the main counter area of the town hall. Stood in this side of it are the three people that you rescued from the cells within the Red Brand hideout. Nilsa, the mum, and her two kids. Nilsa appears to be screaming. Oh no, sorry, it's Mina who's the mum. Mina appears to be screaming at the top of her lungs at Harbin. It looks like this has been going on some time, as you would guess by the crowd that's been drawn. And Sildar is stood the other side of the counter as well. They all seem to be trying to calm. Like Sildar is trying to calm Myrna down, and Harbin is looking somewhat dumbfounded while being absolutely, shrieked at. The general just like, they murdered my husband, you did nothing. The usual stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So is this my cue?
Like gathering a crowd was done for us.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, Lars did escort them back into town. I'm not entirely sure what he anticipated that they might do.
Well, I was more worried that they get attacked on the way, but yeah. Other than that. Okay. Right, so I guess that's my cue.
Yeah.
Have they noticed us at all?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've walked into the middle of the room en masse and thrown a guy to the floor in front of them. You've got a moment while everyone's sort of turning and go, what?
Harbin. Go on the floor. This is the leader of the Red Brands. The people that murdered that woman's husband have laid waste to this town, threatened your people, and what have you done?
And while Harbin is blustering and looking completely overwhelmed, Sildar goes, Yarno?
Yes, Sildar, your friend is here, and he's been terrorizing these people.
He looks astonished and looks directly at Glassstaff, formerly known as Yarno, and goes, my old friend, say it isn't so, this cannot be true.
Is he conscious by this point?
Oh, yeah.
We should probably ungag him.
Oh yeah. I'll rip his gag off with the point of my sword, just to prove the point.
Oh, nice. You're so classy.
I know.
Bear with. Just doing something quick, but my computer's being slow. Just as an FYI, Joe's had to drop off. He's messaged me to say his laptop's just not working well at all. So we're gonna have to manage without him. Ah, dearie me. Sorry, guys. Having a bit of a mare here. Anywho, that's gone well. So, yeah. Remind me of what's just happened.
Sildar couldn't believe that it was his friend Yarno, and then I cut his gag off so he could respond.
Sildar, my old friend. This isn't quite what it looks like. Ha.
Isn't what it looks like. Tell your friend here, who's been paying you, Yarno?
Well, I mean, there was a business arrangement, and all of this unpleasant business was merely an unfortunate side effect of what was going on. Yes,
Say his name. Tell him.
The Black Spider. The Black.
Yes.
Yes,
Black Spider.
I
Sildar, do you recognise that name?
no, I can't say that I do.
He is the man who captured you and put you in, wanted you in that cave that we found you in. He's the man who has taken our good friend Gundren and presumably his brothers.
Pro tip: it's a drow.
Well,
But I was not waylaid by any human. I was attacked by goblins and a bugbear. They did speak.
Goblins and bugbear, who were also employed by Black Spider. We found bugbears employed by our friend here.
You see him looking bewildered, Sildar looking bewildered for a moment, and then something resembling realization or comprehension dawns on him. He says, "I see. This does make sense. Yarno, you foolish man. You were always prone to gold lust. I didn't think it would go this far. I thought you were a good one." Oh, Sildar, I am still on the side of right. It was merely a business transaction. You must rest assured.
Side of right? You have been killing people in this town for no good reason.
I have killed no man. I have killed no person. I have not done anything. If
you found this good lady's husband in the cave where you've been calling home.
Have you tied his hands? Okay.
His hands were tied, yeah.
He looks around and goes, "I have killed no man. I have killed no person. I did not do anything. If people in my employ have done that, I did not give any orders for them to do so. I am entirely free of guilt."
You told us that you were here to control the local people. Control them? That is not the way of the Lord's Alliance.
My good gentleman, please do not pretend to presume that you know what the Lord Alliance stands for. You are not members. However,
they stand to protect the people.
That
stand up against evil in this world. That you have become.
Nay, 'tis an unfair falsehood. I merely ran the local militia to protect the people of this town.
Local militia protecting them? Speak to any other person in this room. They'll tell you whether they feel protected or not. Feel threatened by the men who worked for you. And you claim sheer innocence in all of this? Really?
You were supposed to defeat the Sith, not join them.
Pretty much.
He looks very baffled by that. Sildar walks round the counter to stand before Yarno, and he looks down at him with a look of disgust on his face. "Yarno, the man I used to know would not have done this. I fear that you have turned too far from the path. I hereby cast you from the Lord's Alliance, with my authority being such. We must take you back to the city." He turns to look at Harbin and goes, While you have authority here over law, this goes beyond anything within your within the scope of what we deal with here." And Harbin goes, "Yes." And Sildar looks at Glassstaff and says, "You must be judged appropriately." He looks to you and goes, "Please, we must take him to the Lord's Alliance and the appropriate authorities in Neverwinter for him to be judged and dealt with accordingly. There will be a reckoning, you have my word on it." And before you can answer, Myrna steps forward and strides towards Glassstaff, saying, "But he killed my husband! He deserves death!" And as she strides towards Glassstaff, he cowers backwards, and Sildar grabs her and says, "No, it is not the right way. They must be done properly. You will have justice."
My good lady, I would take our friend Sildar's word here. You will have justice. Let this go.
Sildar Sildar turns to Harbin and says, "Your back room. We shall lock him in there. Use it as a cell. We shall set off on the morrow." He
I grab him by the back of the scruff of the neck and sort of shove him towards Sildar.
Okay. So Sildar says, "Please put him in the back room." And there's a door over. He points over here. So are you going to go and shove Glassstaff into their back room?
No, I kind of shoved him towards Sildar to let him do it, but okay.
I hate to be a killjoy here, but should we imprison him somewhere that isn't here? Because I'm not sure we can trust this town master fella.
Well, to be fair...
Here.
Okay. So Sildar has said, "Can you put him in that back room?" What are you going to do?
I have just handed him over to Sildar, but...
Okay.
I have a better idea.
So Sildar has stepped away from Mina and has grabbed Yano and is sort of frog marching him back this way.
I'll say, wait.
Sildar turns to look at you. What?
We'll keep him at our new house. We have somewhere underneath. We can store him until tomorrow. We'd rather do it on our own.
Nay, my fellows. This. What would that look like? We have to do this properly. The town master's hall with its secure back room is the appropriate place to be. While I do not doubt you in any way, we do not want to be. We don't want to become the same thing that we are battling with this man. We do not want to take the law into our own hands. And should anything happen to him while he is at your property, it will not look good. He continues to walk towards the back room.
Does one of you want to follow him in there? Check. The dodgy going on.
Can we see if there's any windows in that back room?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a look.
Good check.
Yeah, I feel like we have a duty to make sure it's good.
Okay, so as far as you can see, looking in this room, there is a small windowed aperture here. Oh, hang on. I just have to... So there's a small windowed aperture here. However, it is barred. And it's pretty small. So you don't reckon he'd be able to get out of there. You do, of course, have the option of doing whatever you want, but Sildar stood at the doorway and has shoved Glassstaff in there. Still bound. He's not untied him or anything.
Should we put his gank back on him again, being a mage and all?
Yeah, good shot.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can do that. Sildar will stand to let you pass. FYI, while there's a load of shit on that table in the picture, it's not there. They're just empty. That's a table. It's not a.
Okay.
It's not a trapdoor. Yeah, good spot.
We still can't see the whole room, or I can't.
I can't either.
If you,
Is it
it's because you
in
can't,
bright?
because you can't see in it because you're not in it.
I see.
It's the new dynamic lighting, guys.
Oh!
That's what a pro subscription gets you, boys.
So does it? When I move into it, does it show everyone, or does it
No,
just
just
show...
you.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
You should also not be able to move yourself through walls as well. You would not believe how much time it took me to set this shit up.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it'll work even better when we do dungeon crawls. Ha ha, peekaboo, death to you.
Can I do some sort of check around the room to make sure there's nothing he's gonna use to escape? Like,
Yes.
look for like loose nails or anything that you might be able to use to whatever escape his.
Cut his bonds or something.
Okay. Bear with. So I need you to roll perception for me if you don't mind. Okay, cool. FYI, guys, when I ask you to do checks and stuff in future, can you do them as a whisper to me?
How do we do that?
You
yeah.
just do /whisper to GM or /2GM if memory serves, or /.
We just click on the character sheet, so we don't actually type it, do we?
That's alright, don't worry about it, it's all good. Cool. Yeah, so what, you're looking round the room?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, but I'm just going to try.
And where are you checking? Are you checking the room that he's in, or the wider room?
The room that he's in. I just want to make sure.
Okay, well you have a good look round, and you don't see anything. There's 3 empty tables, and what appears to be an empty old barrel that's a bit rickety, and a chair, and obviously the aforementioned tiny thing. I love that you've rolled. I love that we've got 2 rolls for that. That's good.
That was me trying to whisper.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I need to get some of these things set up so that I can just do checks without having to ask you to do them, so that they're all secret-like. But I didn't get time to set it up properly, so yeah.
I found there's a setting in my character sheet in the right third of the settings saying
whisper
rolls to GM, query whisper. So whenever I make a roll now, it will ask me if I want to whisper it to you.
Oh, okay, that's helpful. You'll obviously still see it, so in an ideal world, I will be able to.
Whisper rolls. Okay.
In an ideal, I just need to set up some macros for it. It's all good.
The TV went off.
Okay, so nice. Basically, I've got no. I'm trying to do a load of stuff with this macro that I've installed, and it just says permission denied. That's brilliant. Screw you and your permissions.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with. Beautiful. Yeah, so you have a good look around, you can't find anything.
Could we, should we, do we want to, stand guard the night? Make sure no one comes here and frees him?
If we really think he's going to be that much of a problem, I think it's a good idea.
I just don't trust Harbin, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to lay into Harbin as well, so when you guys are finished. I don't like any of these people. Harbin is pissed off.
Yeah.
While these guys are looking in the back, I'm sort of obviously working myself up into more of a rage. But I've also got my hand in my pocket rubbing that coin that I have.
That doesn't look dodge.
Yeah, no, not at all. So you know.
Okay.
You're rubbing yourself up into a rage.
And where are you looking?
Yes.
Sorry.
But while the other guys are looking,
Yeah.
I'm letting them get with their stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Guys all done?
Yeah.
We...
Yeah. You haven't
okay.
found.
I thought we were waiting on something.
So as far as you guys can tell, it all seems secure.
Yeah, it's just a question of whether we trust the folk running the place or not.
No.
Ever suspicious. I hear a suspicious voice on the wind.
Have you guys come back out then?
Yeah, I'm back in the middle of the room.
Cool. If these guys are out and have said that it's all clear, do you guys mind if I go again?
No, by all means.
Okay, so I turn to Harbin. I give him the fiercest look I can muster. And I shout at him, "You, Harbin, I didn't think you were a complete pompous, arrogant, greedy fool. I would think that you were in league with him. But luckily for you, I don't. However, you are not fit to hold this office. You're not fit to run this town. You are not fit to look after these people.
Are you intimidating?
I can do it.
No, I'm doing that for you. Don't you worry, Bucko.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I spend my inspiration as well?
Yeah, sure. That's cool. Bear with. Yep, cool. So, yeah, so where are you standing to do this? In the middle of the room, or are you gone up to?
No, I've stepped forwards to the counter. Yeah, so I'm right up in his face.
Okay. So, yeah, cool. He is absolutely terrified. He backs off and goes, "But I'm sorry. I did not know. I try to look after the town as best I can. I'm just a simple town master. I don't really know what I don't have a militia or anything. I do what I can. I had no idea."
I ignore his whimperings and I turn to the people behind me and say, with your support, ladies and gentlemen, I would move to remove Master Harbin from his office.
Okay.
Can I again do a minor illusion to sort of make a light cheer in the background? If people are encouraged by this, I want to sort of assist.
Okay, so let's have a look. So Harlia Thorn steps forward and goes, "Nay, Harbin might be will-less sometimes, but he is the best that we have, and it's not his fault. You must stand. He can't stand down. He's our elected member. Who are you outsiders to declare how we should be running our town?" And Quellen Olderleaf steps forward and says, "Hold, while they are outsiders, they mean only for the best. While I agree Harbin shouldn't be removed, he is doing his best. They mean it from a good place." So what are you going to say to that?
Oh, can you repeat that? Because I've already forgotten what it is.
Basically, Harley Thornton, the head of the Miners' Exchange, basically said, "No, he's our elected governor, and you're outsiders. Who are you to tell them how to run their town?" And Quellen Olderleaf, the farmer, stepped forward and goes, "No, we don't think that Harbin should be replaced, but we do. She says that she understands that you mean well."
Also, we're not outsiders. We have a house.
Yeah.
We members of this town.
Basically, the gist of what Harley is saying is, look at you coming in here telling us how to do our thing.
What would you propose as an alternative? Clearly, this town is not in the best shape. Well, clearly, something must be done.
Sildar steps forward and says, "Nay, my friends, I understand your concern. However, surely you have quelled the trouble for now. You have defeated the Red Brands, and you have impounded their leader, and we will depart on the morrow to take him to justice. Surely that is the extent of the danger for now."
Danger.
The Black Rider is still at large, and he employs our staff. There's no reason why he wouldn't employ someone else.
Harlia steps forward further and goes, "Aye, so you say. How do we have any knowledge? You might be. So who would you? Would you rule it? Would you run the town in his stead? I see how this is. You want to take over the place."
I cast Mage Hand to take the letter and throw it and show it in front of her.
She picks up the letter, studies it, and goes, "Aye, what of it?" We have no proof this is from anyone. You could very well have written this yourselves. This is what I think of that letter. And she tears it into pieces and throws it over her shoulder.
I would hold a free and fair election. Is the only way to have a new member of office elected.
Nay, it is not the only way. You do not have any sway here. You are but newcomers to this town, and we run our town as we see fit. Harbin has always done what he needs to be done, and this is an exceptional circumstance. You come in here and tell us how to run our town. That's not for you to decide. And Quellin steps forward and says, "Look, it's I understand and agree that you are trying to help. However, Harbin is our elected. He cannot possibly have been expected to deal with this situation. If you propose to put someone else in charge, what will that do? They have no militia. They have no power.
A militia can be established.
Okay, so Sister Garrelay steps forward and says, "They do speak some sense. However, who else could we look for? Harbin has been the only person in town that ever was willing to lead the town. In many ways, it is not an enviable position, especially in these circumstances. Who would you suggest runs the town if you feel that Harbin is no longer suitable?"
What about the head of the Miners Guild?
Sorry?
What about the head of the Miners Guild?
That is literally the one that's yelling at you and saying that you're outsiders. I mean, if you want to put her in charge, great, but she doesn't seem keen.
As I said...
I mean, that was one step away from going, hey, how about that Hitler guy I've heard of?
Hey, you got things done.
I would propose a free and open election for anyone who is willing to stand in.
Have we got anyone willing to stand?
Even a goblin would be better.
Are you actually going to point out the goblin lurking in the back of the room that no one has noticed yet? Because that'll definitely help. Hey guys, can I just FYI before you do draw attention to the goblin skulking at the back, bearing in mind that you're considered outsiders and you're telling them they need a new leader, and then you're going to go, trust us, we've got a goblin.
I couldn't move his token because obviously he's attached to me, but I have no control over his token to move him where I go.
Oh god, is he supposed to be attached to you? Right, okay,
he's on still.
Right, okay, good.
So no opinion of Harbin than my high opinion of the goblin.
Okay, so everyone thus far has seen the goblin and is choosing to ignore it. Okay, I don't think it's helping you, if I'm honest.
I would stand were there the support, but...
Halia says, there we go, see, we suddenly see exactly what they want.
Clearly, if there isn't the support, I would not. I will not do it by force, like our friend in the back room there.
Myrna, the wife of the fella that was that was dead, stepped forward and says, "I agree, Harbin is useless, he shouldn't be allowed to stay. How about Sildar? You've always been a true and trusted, reliable member of this community. What say you, Sildar? Will you lead us?" Sildar looks to her kindly and says, "Myrna, while I am honoured by the suggestion, I do not think it is my place to try and take over. Harbin has been doing a fine job."
You call negligence a fine job.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying right, mate.
So Elmar steps forward and goes, "Aye, Sildar at least is human. He might well do. I would. He seems like a man of distinct action and ability. I, for one, would welcome that from Harbin's wheeler-dealer untrustworthiness. I've cast my vote behind Sildar."
Is Sildar willing to stand then?
Well, he's looking fairly reluctant at the moment. But
can we cast? Has anyone got anything like persuasion or anything like that?
Well, you can just try and persuade him if you. Why don't you have a go? I can have a quick go with that for you. Are you gonna try and talk him round, Gaius?
Sort of give him a nudge. He's already got one vote on the board, has he not?
So are you gonna go up to him and talk to him, or are you gonna shout across the bench?
No, that would be very unbecoming of me. I'll go and have a little. Which token is he?
He's this one.
That's what I thought.
Okay, bear with.
You just climb over the bench.
Yeah, just casually vaults over.
Yeah, I just say to him, like, you've already got one vote on the board. Would you not consider standing and maybe making a difference in this community rather than letting it sort of run into the ground again under this man's reign?
He looks at you and goes, "My friend, I don't know if I'm worthy of such a thing." And Darren Ademath says, "You're as good a candidate as I've seen anywhere. I vote Sildar as well."
Can I say, all people with Sildar say aye, or something across of those terms?
You can certainly declare that if you want.
Can I again minor illusion to increase the
Cheering.
audibleness and cheering for Sildar, if there is any?
like a laugh track.
Wah, wah, wah. So you turn and shout. What do you shout to the room?
All those with Sildar and his new reign say aye.
You look out and you see arms up from everyone, including Droop, amusingly. He sheepishly raises his hand and then looks around and puts his hand down and stares at the floor. You see pretty much everyone, bar Harlia and Linen, raise their hands. So there is a majority voting in favour of Sildar.
Doesn't the whole town get a say?
These are pretty much the town.
Really?
Is this like the committee of the town?
They are like pretty much everyone else is sort of like these are the key decision makers in charge of the main guilds of the town. It's not a big town. This is kind of how it's done. This is essentially the council.
Fine.
Is Harbin just accepting this?
Harbin is kind of looking defeated and sort of shivering, and I think the whole realization that this has all gone on and that he's kind of like not been able to deal with it seems to have just broken him. He's not the most resilient man you've ever seen. I think he was kind of seeing this as his nice cushy retirement job.
Yeah, so I turn to Harbin and say, no, not Harbin, Sildar, and say, clearly you have the support here. What do you say?
Sildar looks around, looks at all of the town people in turn, looks over at Myrna, who nods her head at him vigorously. He then sighs and goes, "Very well, if that's what the town wants." He looks over at Harbin and says, "Harbin, my friend, I mean you no ill will. Mayhap it's time for you to take a step back and rest." And Harbin goes, "Yes, that's fine. Yes, it's all yours, Sildar. Oh, I think my days of town mastering are done. I shall be glad to be rid of it." He looks out at the rest of the people and goes, Please everyone, please understand that I did my best with this. I had no idea. How could I possibly have dealt with any of this?"
Now, do we have a trial or do we just execute him now?
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sildar looks at you and goes,
Whoa.
"Nay, why are you speaking of such things? As I've said, we need to take Yarno back to Neverwinter and the Lord's Alliance, and he shall have a proper trial to answer
Not
for
him,
his crimes."
Harbin.
You want to execute Harbin?
Oh, yeah.
He's just been incompetent. He's not that.
Yeah.
Sildar steps forward and puts his arm around Harbin and turns to the others and goes, "Harbin has been executing his duty to the best of his abilities. While some of you may not have always agreed with his decisions or his actions, he has always taken them with the best interests of this town at heart, and for anyone to question his integrity or his loyalty to this town, frankly, is disgraceful, and shall have to answer to me should anyone raise a hand to him." He stares at each one of you directly in the eye, which freaks Droop out something chronic.
Did he say again?
With the leash, and I say, well, you could always have him as your right hand man. He just needs less duty.
Sildar strokes his chin thoughtfully and goes, "Aye, 'tis true. I am ill prepared for such a duty." He turns to Harbin and claps him on the back. "Harbin, my good man, why don't you retain your position and help me with this? You have always been a good man with the facts, figures, and the administration. What say we do this as a team?" And Harbin looks at him and sort of smiles weakly and goes, I could do that." And Sildar claps him on the back and goes, "Aye, 'tis settled then. So, on the morrow we shall depart to take Yarno back to Neverwinter. We shall lock him up here. He cannot escape here. I will look after the. I shall look after keeping a watch on him. Myself." And Myrna says, "I shall also wait. He will not escape under my watch. I have a duty to poor Thren. Nilsa, Lars, go home. I'll meet you in the morning. And then we'll be shot of this." So Sildar's going to wait, and Myrna's going to wait. She wanders over and takes a seat, and the kids leave.
Does Minar have a weapon of any sort?
She's got a dagger.
We gave them some sort of weapons from the.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we should go. I mean, it's late evening, so should we probably go and take a long rest, get all our spells back? So I'll tug on the leash of.
So the
Are we happy to leave those guys guarding? Do we want to leave anyone here?
I think Sildar's,
Yeah, I try that.
So you're gonna leave them to thing. It looks like Harbin lives here, so he's.
And I mean, she I forget her name, but that Mina.
Yeah.
She really doesn't want him to get out, so.
No.
Who is she?
She's the wife of friend Rendar. She's the one that.
But he's a mage. She's a woman with a sword.
I mean, he is a mage who doesn't have.
Abilities.
To be fair, he's a mage that's used up a lot of his spells. You've knocked him out. You've gagged him and tied him up.
Yeah.
Hell, if you want to cast sleep on him before you go, feel free.
I have no spell slots.
You what? Sorry.
I have no remaining spell slots to cast sleep.
Oh, well, there you go. Which probably suggests that he hasn't got much left either, eh?
Yeah.
I'll give Minar my light crossbow, but I'll want it back tomorrow morning.
All right, cool. She looks up at you and goes, "Thank you. Thank you for everything. 'Tis not the end of it, but it is hopefully the start of the end." So are you guys all going to filter? Because the rest of the group more or less have filtered out. Quillen and Halia seem to have hung back. Quillen has gone to Myrna to sort of comfort her and pay her respects. Halia looks over at Lars, presumably perceiving you as the leader of this ragtag group, and beckons you over.
Which one's Halia again?
She's the head of the Miners Guild.
Oh, the one that really doesn't like us. Right?
Yeah!
I'll go over and talk to her and expect to slap her on the face.
Is it just you, or is anyone else go? Oh, yeah, there goes Gaius.
I've got to have a word too.
Anyone else going, or are you all just leaving them to it?
Stay away from people with the goblin for now.
Oh, that's good.
I'll check out the goblin too.
So, as you approach, Halia looks at you and goes, "Don't think this is the end of this. I see what you're doing. You and that other outsider, Sildar. He talks a good game, but just be mindful. We'll be watching. This town won't be used as your plaything. Just be mindful, right? You're being, watched." And then she goes, good day to you," and then strides to the door.
Okay. I get an attack of opportunity.
Wow. I mean, if you want,
A comeback of opportunity.
Just as she steps out the door, you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do now? Are you guys heading back to your house?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
I believe so.
finish.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We haven't actually got space for the 2 new members of our group, have we?
Well, yes and no.
I have
Yeah,
bedrolls, so we can put them
Cool.
on there's we can make something.
Yeah. We need to sort out money as well, don't we, now that we're...
Yeah, because we had a ton of rewards from the
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Oops.
Right. I've got a load of stuff, Ryan. You've got a load of stuff, haven't you?
Yeah.
How do you want to do it?
I've got it all written down here.
Do you want me to tell you what I've got and just add it to what you have?
Yeah, you can do.
I've got 2 copper,
2 copper pieces.
7 silver,
7 silver. Wait, 7. Yeah.
and 12 gold.
1, 4, 2.
And then you need to divide it all by 6, I think. Now there's 6 of us, isn't there?
Okay. I also have items that we haven't sold, so we don't technically have the gold for it. So we leave them for now until we can get somewhere to.
Yeah, I think so.
We've got silver pieces, gold pieces, and well, there's 2 copper pieces. So I mean, just leave it in the pot. The 2 copper pieces.
Yeah, I think so.
And do some division then.
Yeah. Good luck. Have fun dividing it all by 6. I don't.
Yeah, nothing seems to want to divide by 6.
Yeah, you're gonna have some change left over. Whoa! What? Why is Xander so big? Oh, there we go.
Why
You
is
guys got any
Xander?
cereal?
How do you change the size?
Because I'm awesome.
Okay.
GM rules, man.
Can I give my weapon, I made my armor too, to Goblin Face for him to clean them, please?
Sure.
Please give him a good oiling.
Oh, Droop, happy to serve. Please give me all of the things. I make them shiny.
Oh, good. It sounds like a thing.
He proceeds to hock really loudly onto your armor and then starts rubbing it in with a dirty dishcloth he pulled out of his loincloth. Me making super shiny.
I point him towards the sinks and where perhaps, you know.
He puts the plug in and starts hocking really loud. Hopper.
Drink. Water. Get your water from the well, use that, and then oil them.
Yes.
Your fluids on it.
Me makey super shiny. You come back later, see? Yes? Good.
You better not use any
I
of your
just
body
say I'm
fluids.
gonna stomp off to my room because I'm still pretty angry.
Stomp.
Okay, I've worked
And
stuff
slam
out.
the door like a teenager.
It's so unfair.
Pretty much.
Right, if everyone wants to add 31 silver pieces.
I don't know why you're so upset, Lars. You managed to enact your goal of regime change. You're a veritable American.
I'm still angry, but
The only way you could have enacted regime change quicker is if they'd had oil.
I use that to clean my sword, don't I?
Did everyone add that 31 silver pieces?
Cheers.
Can I just query how many silver pieces have most people got? Because I don't know whether I've been writing down the total pot or what I personally have because I haven't played it for a month. So
I've got 76.
76 silver.
I had
Is that-
76. Add the 31 is 107.
So is that where everyone's got about 107 silver?
Yeah.
Okie doke.
And then as far as gold, I think everyone's got different because we've been buying stuff and using it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just...
On your gold, though, you need, if everyone adds 23.
23 gold. Oh, I'm rich.
Ka-ching.
And that's it for now until we can get to a merchant of some sort
Ryan,
who wants to buy our wares.
Ryan,
Yeah.
you want to add another 18 gold and take away my debt?
Oh yeah.
I'll go back down to. I have 5 gold pieces because I've been.
Nice. Remove. Yeah. Done. Hey, now I'm rich.
I'm gonna get into my fine clothes and get comfortable.
Yeah, like I said, I've got I think I've got somewhere. I've got 1 bedroll spare.
That makes sense. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So everyone just sort of distributing themselves. So you basically, are you going to take a long rest?
Yeah, I believe that's the plan.
Yep,
Yeah.
cool. So basically everyone gets back up to full freshness, full health, get your hit dice back. So if you guys could sort of move yourself to roughly where you're going to be in the building. Who lives in the basement? I'm sure, you know, Lars, I'm sure you said you were going to live in the basement.
I think we said
No, I said I was going to set up a shrine down there.
Oh, that's right. I mean, if you're
multi-faith prayer area, not just my own.
Oh, Nipper,
So,
do you have to rotate your bloody token?
How do you rotate it? There we go.
Lovely, wonderful,
There we go.
good. Oh, good.
I think the basement was like prayer and armory, I think.
Yeah, cool. Gaius, where are you going to live?
I appear to see 2 of me.
Really?
One is on the main floor, and one appears to be on a table on the 2nd floor.
Really?
So
I can only see one of you.
Yeah, I can definitely only see one of you.
Okie doke.
I think you were in the double room.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
Oh, for the love of God, everyone's turning their bloody tokens now. Stop it.
Straighten mine up.
If I just chuck a bedroll,
Don't reset it, Paul. Oh.
I'll just chuck a bedroll on the floor and go there.
I'm going to get one of these macros that locks your tokens from being rotated. Where are you going, Gaius? Oh, you're going in a closet. Lovely.
Yeah.
I'm just going to chuck a bedroll on the floor and sleep in the closet.
I love that Droop gets the whole kitchen.
Droop's cleaning my armour.
You just hear the sound of hocking all night long.
That's Droop's cupboard.
Okay, well he's going to be in the kitchen doing. Actually, no, he'll be in his little cupboard.
Is he prepping our breakfast too? Hopefully not in the same way he's cleaning our armour.
You want fried bacon, master? Millennium hand and shrimp. Bugger it. Get your old food. Rat on a stick, rat in a bun. Get 'em what they did.
I personally prefer old boots. So.
Alright, so
Long rest.
I take it you're all going to have a nice rest throughout the night. Which is all fine and dandy and wonderful. You're all peacefully resting away, sleeping in your various beds and walls. When suddenly, late in the night, there is a very loud and urgent rapping on your door.
We're not buying what you're selling.
It looks like Puff's nearest the door, or Puff.
Yep. I'll
Actually, I tell you what. Everyone roll perception.
Oh, okay.
Do we have to whisper it, or?
Hang on. I think I can do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
I did it as a whisper. Fucking madman.
Nice. Oh no, turns out I can't do it. Everyone do it. Although I suspect
Whisper or...
No, just public. It's fine.
Ooh.
I'm still waiting on someone.
Me. Just looking for perception.
It's in your skill list. There you go. Okay, so everyone apart from Puff. Here's the door. Puff is properly asleep. He's picked the small soundproofed cupboard.
Just for the coats.
So Puff, you're still asleep. Everyone else, totally.
I'm gonna
Can
get up.
we just run down this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about this. Just FYI.
No,
So you answer the door, and Quellin, what's her face? Quellin Alderleaf is at the door. Go fire! Fire at the Townmaster's Hall! Quick, come!
Of course they're bloody
Fire! And you can smell a fairly distinct musty smell. Is anyone going to wake up Puff?
Have we even noticed that Puff's not awake?
I'll send Mage Hand to knock on the door.
All right. Now you wake
Stop
up.
wasting your spell slots.
No, that's a cantrip. He can just use it.
Yeah, that's all right then. That's fine.
I would say grab. No, actually, we'll leave Droop at the house. It's fine.
Are you going to put your armor on?
Oh, yeah, because he went into
Yeah,
this smart clothes or something.
It's a fire. It's a fire. I'm in a bloody
I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think we're all in our pajamas, aren't we?
Well, it depends if you sleep in pajamas. Hopefully, none of you sleep commando. We're gonna, for the purposes, assume that Xander is still asleep and no one's bothered to wake him. All right.
I mean,
Cool.
I've not really got time to be doing a head cap. Massive fire going on. Not school,
So,
is it?
are you all chazzing it over?
Yeah.
I'm happy to forego armor. Yeah.
Storming over, like.
All right. So, as you approach the town hall, as you move your way through the village, it is very obvious that the town hall is like super on fire. You can see flames billowing up throughout the building and smoke billowing up, and it looks pretty bad. However, the front... Sorry?
Is there anyone outside?
Yeah, pretty much the whole town is outside. Quite a large number of people. People are trying to are shouting for buckets and water and stuff like that, and people are sort of running to try and get small amounts of water, but it's a pretty big fucking fire.
Any sign of that glass staff?
No, not that you can see.
Of course not.
I shout, was anybody in there? Does anyone know if there was anyone in there?
Everyone's looking around going, I don't see Sildar! And someone else goes, no Harbin! No one's come out!
My fucking crossbow's in there.
What about the widow?
Yeah,
Oh!
no. As far as anyone can tell, no one's come out.
I am going in head first, covering my face, doing
Through
my
the
best.
door. Alright.
The door, kicking it down if it's still on its hinges.
Okay, bear with. So who's going in?
I'm going in. Brooke.
I'll go in.
So who is that? So, okay, who isn't going in?
I'm not stupid.
Is
I
everyone?
won't go in. I'll see if I can help from further back.
So basically everyone but Nipper's going in, are they?
But what I will do,
Uh-huh.
so I'm a nice guy, is I'll cast Bless on you all.
Surely Nipper's the most useful. He's so short, he's under the smoke.
You'd think.
There's got to be a benefit here.
I'm going to stay outside with Nipper.
It's not a benefit for me, is it?
So who's staying outside with Nipper, sorry?
Puff.
Okay. So that's...
You're a dragon.
Not that sort of dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, even I'm confused by this. You should be in there.
Okay. So... Let me just...
Oh, there you go. There's your bless.
Can you guys see anything in there?
Well,
I see tables. I see lots of flames.
Okay. Bear with. I just need to sort this out. I'm gonna kindly assume that you guys are gonna stand at the doorway.
Get an idea.
Good lord.
Okay, so you. Okay, so how have you entered the door? Have you like kicked in the door and charged in, or have you gently opened the door and snuck in?
Oh,
Have we like felt the door to see if it's hot, and then maybe just pushed it in?
Well, I don't know. Have you?
Well,
I kicked the door.
Oh yeah, Lars is basically busted through in typical Lars fashion.
Yeah. Hey, there's people to save.
Okay, so you kick in the door and charge in. You're immediately accosted with heat and smoke and billowing flames. As you look in front of you, what you had only recently been stood in as the town hall is now a burning inferno. All of the walls appear to be on fire, and there's an awful lot of smoke and billowing, and you can't make out. All you can see just in front of you is the counter. You can't see what's the other side on the floor or anything like that.
So I start.
Can
I start shouting their names?
Yeah.
Is it Silda, Harbin, and I can't remember the woman's name.
Okay.
What's the woman's name again?
Crossbow.
It's Myrna.
Myrna. Yeah, I start shouting their names. Do I get any sort of response?
Let me just check.
Is this a dodgy floorboard here?
No, it's just a floorboard. Okay, you can't hear anything. You shout, but it's very difficult to hear anything over the raging inferno.
Okay, can I do acrobatics check to vault the counter towards the door? Sort of.
Okay, so you're gonna run up to the counter and leap over it.
Yeah.
You can just do that. You don't need to do a check.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to the sitting area that they were at before to see if there's any sign of anyone.
Okay, cool. You've just vaulted over. That's fine. So that's fine. What are you doing, Gaius?
I was going to sort of go over that as well because I've got proficiency in perception, so I was going to try and peer into Glassstaff's room, even though it seems it's on fire.
You're going to have a job because the door's closed, but bear with. Okay, so let me just sort out a few things. So.
Oh, quick question. Is the town hall near other buildings?
No, not really. They space out the buildings in case of fire.
It's sensible.
Yes. So, what I need to do is just do a couple of quick things. So this will just take about. I'm just doing some checks.
Bearing that in mind, you said that the buildings have gaps around them. Could Nipper and Puff go around the back and look through the small aperture window with the bars into Glassstaff's room and see what they
Yes, you can go and do that. I'm going to leave Puff's icon where it is because for the recording, it's so that they can see what's going on. Because that's the one that's... but that's fine. You don't need to go anywhere on there. It's fine. You won't. It won't actually let you take your token out of the building. Sorry, I'm just doing some checks.
My worst nightmare.
Okay. So, what's your worst nightmare?
Being trapped in a burning building.
Oh, cool. I'm sure you're going to be having all sorts of fun. So, right. So, Rook, you vault over the table, and you don't see anything. You're just a bit busy going, holy shit, that's a lot of fire. Yeah. Gaius, you vault over the bench, and you notice that there's an odd burning scorch mark along the top of the bench, which is otherwise free of fire damage. There's a sort of line of fire damage along the top of the bench that you sort of notice as you vault over. As you land, you also notice a charred body on the floor, pretty much at Rook's feet, that he doesn't appear to have noticed and is about to step on.
Can I identify anything with this body at all, or is it just like literally without gender?
Let me check for you. This is much better now that I can do these checks, because I can then do it and you can... You look down there, and you would say, looking at it, you can't identify who it is exactly, but you would say it looks to be male, if you were to guess.
Okay, cool. So it's either Sildar or
Harbin.
Harbin.
Or Glassstaff.
It could be Glassstaff.
If he got, but isn't the door close to his cell?
To be fair, Glassstaff was at a disadvantage that he was bound in a burning building.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
Just thrown into a building. It's been set on fire.
Just out,
and he's still bound.
so Gaius, you're looking like you're trying. When you say you want to try and identify, are you just having a look at a glance, or are you like stopping and getting down and investigating?
No, I'm gonna have a good old investigate of this, because it's obviously you said that the cell door is closed still, so
Yes.
I'm assuming that it's either going to be Sildar or Harbin. So I'm looking for any sort of way to identify between the two of them who it should be.
Okay, so you're going to spend some time looking at that. So you're going to be there. While he's doing that, what are you doing, Rook? Are you going to the door?
Yeah, but I'm not touching a hot door handle, so I'm going to use Mage Hand on the door.
Okay. You're going to use Mage Hand. So, okay, the door is locked.
We locked the door.
No, Sildar locked the door when he...
Oh, okay.
So, as Gaius is... As you're searching the body, you find a bunch of keys on the belt of this person.
How many?
So, you would guess that those look like the sort of keys that would be kept by someone in office. So you would guess that this was probably Harbin.
So Harbin is dead.
We think.
But you have got a bunch of keys.
So I could use that on the door that is locked, or give them to Rook to use on the door that is locked.
Up to you.
Well, I'll give them to Rook while I continue investigating.
I'll take
found
them.
it. Have I found anything of note, by the way, Paul, over here?
Oh, yes, you're looking. Can you roll perception for me?
1 second.
Nice. Okay. So you have a look round and you find... Oh, hang on. What the hell's going on here? Sorry, there we go. So you have a look round and you find nothing there. You find a couple of crossbow bolts lying on the floor, and what appears to be a broken pitcher.
But no sign of any bodies.
No.
Okay.
With my knowledge of lock-picking, locks and keys alike, would I be able to quickly discern what type of key would be needed for this door?
Well, it's a sort of quite a big sort of normal turnkey, so there's an obvious candidate on that keychain.
Okay. Okay, so I'll unlock the door then.
Okay, cool. Let me sort that out for you.
Meanwhile, I'm going to run to this corner, or is that completely on fire? Can I not kind of...
That so where the fire is on fire.
That's on fire.
Okay, it is that accurate. Okay, I'm going to run and vault the thing as well.
Okay, so you're going to run and vault and chase after these guys, so you can come up behind them. I will allow that. Okay, so are you just going to push the door open?
Yeah.
Okay, you push open the door. This room is very on fire. Like you push the door open. There's a billowing smoke. You can't really see very far in from the doorway because it's just choked with fire and smoke.
Has anyone got proficiency in perception to help with that? Because I have.
FYI, guys, probably best not, like, for the purposes of role playing. I don't think you would start shouting about proficiencies in role playing, in perception and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, just if we could not, that'd be great.
Outside, can I start organising like a chain gang of people chucking water on?
Yeah, sure, you can do that. It's not going to do you much good, but.
Did you guys see anything when you went around the other side of the building?
Oh, that's right, Nipper. Can you can let me just roll perception for you, and we'll see what you do see. Sorry, I forgot about that. Okay, so Nipper, you've gone around the outside, and you can't really get a great look in where the window was because it's currently massively on fire. But discerning it, it looks like the bars are bent and buckled on that window, although they have been on fire quite a lot, so it's very hard to determine whether that's anything. The ground around where the edge of that is does seem to have been disturbed, but again, you don't know whether that's anything relevant or not.
Can I look for tracks?
Yes. Can you? Is there a skill that you would do with that? Let's have a look.
Survival, maybe.
I would go with.
Nature.
I'd be inclined to go either survival or investigation.
If I'm with Nipper outside, I want to use a message cantrip and tell one of the guys inside the building what we found.
Cool. Who you gonna tell? If you get whatever you're gonna tell them, send them it as a private message.
Send it to them. Okay.
So Nipper, can you roll? You can either do survival or investigation. Okay, so you're having a look round and you can't really discern any sort of noticeable or perceivable tracks, but you're struggling to find it because there's quite a lot going on and the fire is quite distracting.
Paul, would you say, you said the bars were bent, would you say it's big enough for a man to be smuggled out or crawl out?
You would, from what you can see, it's very hard to say because it is very fiery.
On fire.
I'm going to turn around and sort of say, I don't think anyone's surviving in there. We're just going to do ourselves more damage.
So you're just going to look in the door and go, nope!
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Is anyone else going to have a look in there?
I'll have a little peer in there, if that's all right.
Define a little peer. Are you going to, like, step in there?
I'm going to sort of crawl on my hands and knees to get below the smoke.
Okay.
Crawl into... Hang on. Oh.
Put your token where you think you want. Okay.
Yeah, about cool. There. Yeah, and scour the room for any more charred remains.
Okay. Bear with. Alrighty. So, as you're crawling around on the floor on your hands and knees like a real hero, you perceive what appears to be engulfed in the edge of the flames there, what you would guess to be human charred remains. Just about here.
I'll go over for a closer look.
You're going to crawl towards the body that's on fire.
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Merely for the purpose of figuring out gender, if I can again, possibly.
So, looking at it, it's basically impossible to tell. They are just a burnt husk in there at the moment.
Just ashes, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
So what I also need you to do is roll. Let me have a look. I need you to do a Constitution check, please.
Oh, okay.
A Constitution saving throw.
You've been blessed, remember. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. So Constitution is.
So there, on your sheet, there should be saving throws above your skills. You can just click that.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Add a D4. Roll the D4 on top.
Much better than that as well.
Yeah. I mean, it might help.
What am I rolling? Sorry.
A D4.
So that's just a plain D4, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, that's not a D4.
No. Okay.
That's a D4.
So a total of 9. Okay. So you are starting to feel very woozy from the smoke. Some fire licks out and burns you on the arm, dealing you 4 damage.
Oh.
And leaving a nasty mark. Hope you... Well, on the plus side, you're halfway through stop, drop, and roll.
Is that message cantrip, is it one way? It's not
No, you can whisper back.
Okay, how do I whisper?
Oh, you just do
It's
it.
/W space. And
Say
then
again.
the person's name. So /W, then space, and then the person's name. It should auto-populate.
I see.
I mean, you've whispered to me, Ryan.
Huh?
You sent that whisper to me.
On mine it says to Puff.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh, it'll be because I've got control of Puff's character sheet for the purposes of line of sight. Never mind. Alright, cool. So, Lars, what are you doing amidst all of this?
So, I've just seen Gaius crawl in there, right?
Yeah. He's been in there for approximately 12 seconds now.
Can I shout after him to check how he is?
Yep.
Or if he found anything?
What are you gonna shout?
What have you found in there, Gaius?
Gaius does not hear you.
Oh.
Gaius did not do well on his perception check. Bearing in mind he's feeling very woozy.
Having heard no response, can I run forward and see if I can see him?
Yes, you can. Where are you? You're moving to there. Okay.
Yeah. See what I can see in that room.
Bear with. Alright, so you peer into the gloom, but you can't see anything because of the smoke and the flames.
Can I try and feel around on the floor?
Yes. Gaius?
Uh-huh.
I need you to make... Actually, I'm going to do this for you. Actually, no, roll a perception for me.
Thank you, Dave.
Me?
Yeah,
me.
Gaius.
Gaius. Okay.
Oh dear.
See, I can't see my when I roll. I can't see the box thing. So my first reaction is what Paul says, which has been "oh dear" twice in a row now.
So, both of you are stumbling in the dark. One of you is stumbling forwards or upright, and one of you is stumbling back towards the door on the floor. You're never gonna guess what happens. Boom! You collide with each other, both falling prone and taking 2 damage each.
How can I fall? I'm on hands and feet already.
You had a naked Lars land on top of you heavily.
I was wearing shorts.
Which I'm sure is a great comfort to both of you in this particular scenario. You both take 2 damage, and I need you to both do a Constitution saving throw.
You just... I get that.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's not
Plus
good.
4.
Okay, Lars, you're starting to feel woozy.
What's happened here? Sorry, I can't see the chat anymore. I don't know what I got.
I think we're dying from smoke inhalation. Very
I added 2 to that.
That's good. So, Lars, you're starting to feel very woozy, and you take a further 2 damage. Gaius, you take 4 damage, and you're now unconscious. You have succumbed to the smoke.
Oh, mate.
Can I feel around? Because I'm woozy, but I'm not conscious, am I?
You're not unconscious, but you are a bit disorientated and woozy. You're feeling the effect.
Can I feel around with my hands to try and find Gaius?
Well, you're currently sat on him.
Okay. Can I shake him and kind of say, Gaius, is that you?
You get no response from Gaius.
Can you shout?
Can I shout? Yeah, I'm gonna shout to Rook. Rook, help!
Okay, hang on.
Oh, let's see if I can hear that.
I'm gonna do that. Don't you worry.
By the way, Paul, from out here.
Sorry.
Nipper, I just got a message. They're having trouble inside. We should probably go in.
Okay, so Rook, you have heard Lars shouting.
I've heard him shout. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'd run forwards to the door.
Mhm. Okay. Roll perception for me.
Okay.
Just FYI, Ryan, I enjoy your description of the room as a heavily smoky, flamey room. Okay, you, with your extremely good perceptive skills, step forward into the room and see Lars in his shorts sat on top of Gaius, shaking him and going, Rook! Help! Rook, can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Oh, yes. Constitution saving throw.
Nice. You
Nice.
barely even notice there's any smoke.
Can I? Wait, is someone unconscious?
Me.
You don't know.
Right.
All that you can see. You can. Okay. There's 2 people in the room. One of them is sat on the other one, and the other one is being sat on and is lying on the floor.
I'm just gonna say what happened.
I think I tripped over Gaius. I think he's unconscious.
Doug,
Sorry, what were you... Nipper, did you want to do something from the outside, did you say?
Well, I was wondering if we heard them, but then Puff said they're in trouble.
Yeah, yeah, I believe Puff is aware. Because is it Puff that's been... who's been doing the message whispering? Is Nipper, isn't it?
It's myself, and I've told Nipper as well, because I suppose we're together.
Okay.
I've told him that we need to go in.
Okay, yeah. So you are both aware of roughly what's going on.
Alright, I guess
Usher.
What, you're not going to try and jump through the flaming window?
If I'd brought my weapons with me, I'd try smashing through, but I haven't.
If only one of you was like a really strong person, you'd have been like, toss me!
Through that wall.
Yeah, I'll usher Lars out and then attempt to pick up Gaius.
Okay, so you're going to usher Lars out. That's fine. I'll let you do that. What I'm going to need you to do is a strength check for Gaius, because he is proper sandbagging you. I'm presuming this isn't your finest...
It's not, no.
Okay. Technically, it's not a strength save, but I'll let you... I tell you what, hang on. Let me... Huh. Nice. I rolled it in the background and you critted.
Oh.
You basically, with your raw panicky nerd strength, grab him by the foot and drag him bodily out. Unfortunately, you drag him so hard he's now laying on top of the burnt corpse in the hallway, but you do manage to revive him as part of that. So, Gaius, you come to, lying face to face with a burnt corpse. Lucky you.
And I managed to miss all of being sat on by another man in his bare pants.
I like that you consider that to be worse than waking up basically Frenching a dead body.
Yeah, but
Priorities.
The body is dead. That's fine. It can keep a secret.
Okay, I need all three of you to roll Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
Da-da.
Who would have thought running into a burning building was a bad thing?
Me, I stayed outside.
Who would have thought that Nipper was the sensible one? Okay, Ryan and Sam, you're both starting to feel woozy again, and you both take
D4
two.
on top as well.
Okay, Ryan, you're starting to feel woozy, and you take 2 damage.
Okay.
You are coughing a lot.
Can I go in and try and assist them getting out of this building?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So you now enter in.
I'm enjoying the Constitution saving throws.
So Nipper, you run in. Okay. So in front of you, the room is very full of smoke now. So you run in the front door, and you are accosted with a lot of fire and heat and all of that. So you can just about see 2 of them, the other side of the counter. You can't see Gaius because he's currently like humping a corpse. Nipper, can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
Do I get any sort of advantage because I'm quite low down?
No. Nice.
There you go.
You're fine. You don't understand the problem. So, guys that are currently being burnt to death, how are you getting on? What are you doing?
Well, I've only just come to, haven't I?
Yeah.
Let's try and pull Gaius to his feet.
Yeah, you can get him to his feet.
I'll just say we need to get out of here.
Out is about all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
So attempt. Well, we're just going to vault over the.
Try and climb over the desk again.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to need all of you who are climbing over the bench to do acrobatics checks.
Okay.
We get advantage because we're not wearing stupid armor.
My intention was to kind of get to here and try and just help pulling them over.
Oh, okay. You can help one of them. Who are you going to help? Because they're all doing it at the same time, I'm guessing.
I guess whoever's looking shittest.
Oh, that'd be Gaius.
Guys, yeah.
Okay, so Gaius, you make it over. Lars and Rook, can you, okay.
Say acrobatics.
Yeah. However, you are at a disadvantage, so I need you to roll twice.
I mean, I couldn't get much worse than that, so...
Nice. Okay, Rook, you managed to get over. Lars, you clamber over, but feel slightly woozy, and so land teeth first on the floor, taking a further 3 damage, and you're prone.
Another 3... Oh, come on.
Mate, you're in a burning building. What do you want from me?
Some water!
Sorry?
Some water, preferably.
Well, you didn't think to bring any in this burning inferno. Who'd have thunk it?
Well, from where I am, can I see this body?
Nipper? No. Bench is too high.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Did you...
You what?
I'm alright with that. Right, come on, let's get out of this shithole.
Yeah.
Are you guys all just running off and leaving Lars to get up on his own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna run.
Okay, so that's fine. What I need... So as you're all approaching the door, you get to about here, and you all hear a very loud creak, and groan, and shudder. I need you all to roll dex checks. Dexterity saving throws.
Still get our +4.
You up?
We still get our extra D4.
What's that for? For the bless?
Being blessed.
Yeah.
Shame I didn't think to put it on myself. Eh?
What?
Okay. So, as you're all sprinting for the door, you hear a loud groan and a shudder as the building, and you feel a huge amount of heat as the building collapses down on top of you. as you're running out. Fortunately, all of you are very fleet of foot, and you basically burst out the front door as their building's roof collapses behind you. Just imagine the cinematic moment as you all throw yourselves through the front door as this fireball erupts after you, and you fall to the ground and roll out the way, just as the building collapses in on itself. Congratulations, gentlemen. You managed to go in a building and get out again without dying.
Everyone saw us run in and now run out, and the building just falls down.
Yep.
Hey, who's got my crossbow?
Okay, yeah. Just FYI, while you were crawling around in that burning building where you all almost died, you felt what felt like some sort of wooden implement or contraption near the body, which
body?
That one. In there.
So the one that I couldn't discern whether it was male.
No, yeah, but in the smoke and whatnot, you did put your hand upon something that might have been a crossbow, but it could have been a bit of broken chair. You're not entirely sure.
Okay. So I relay that to the others, because obviously I investigated all the corpses, didn't I?
As you come out of as you are lying on the floor and gathering your thoughts, a number of the townsfolk gather round you, including Sildar.
So it was Harbin there.
Sildar is my friends. You are alive. My goodness, I only stepped out to use the to relieve myself, and then.
You could have saved that to do it on the fire, couldn't you? I mean, come on.
He looks at you with genuine concern etched on his face, going, "Did you get anyone out? Was there anyone in there?"
Well, Harbin, it would appear Harbin died, and one other, who we could not determine who it was.
I do have his keys, though.
Oh, well, that's fine. They shall serve as a memorial.
Can I ask Sildar, when he left to go to relieve himself, what was the status of the others?
They were fine. I left them, and Myrna was guarding the door, and Harbin was just asleep in his chair behind his counter. All was well and quiet. We could hear snoring from in the main room, so I presume that Yano was asleep.
He's going to be asleep for a long time now.
Well,
did we find his body?
Well, the thing is, we found a body in his cell, but there was also potentially a crossbow there, which would have belonged to Miri. So Myrna, sorry. So she could have gone in there, maybe for revenge, for her husband, and yet we only found the one body, and we've not found her.
I was actually just about to say, can I do a check on the crowd to see if I can see her in there?
Yeah, as you scan around, she does not appear to be in the crowd.
I'll just say I can't see her anywhere.
So when we say all this to Sildar, how does he appear? Does he seem shocked? Generally?
Yeah, he looks shocked and distraught.
Right. Okay.
What I don't understand is if she had gone in there, why would she have locked the door behind her?
Mm.
Mind you, he is a wizard, so it wouldn't be
And
the work.
She couldn't have locked the door because the key was on the outside with Harbin.
Harbin, yeah. That's what I mean. So unless he did it, some sort of.
So,
is it possible that Yano could have escaped? Does it look like he could have gone out the window? It's the only.
Who are you asking?
Just generally to the group of us.
Puff did whisper to me via cantrip that the bars from the outside look bent and torn.
That half of the building is still sort of up, so you could go and have a look for yourselves if you want.
Yeah, can we go?
So you go round and you can go and investigate the area. So you can see where the remnants of the wall, and you really don't need to move yourself.
Huh?
I haven't got a picture for you. It's fine. You don't need to move around.
Okay.
So you go around the outside and you can sort of see the evidence of that bit of wall is still more or less standing, although it is still burning. And the bars are evidently buckled outwards, but there's not much of them remaining. And there's not much of the metalwork of any of the building remaining, so it's very hard to say. They definitely aren't attached now.
And it's still heavily inflamed.
Oh yeah, it's all like burning to shit. But you can obviously you can look at the area around or anything like that. But yeah, the window itself, the bars aren't there. Bars and the glass aren't there anymore. But you're not overly surprised.
Yeah. It'd be dangerous to go in again.
It's basically all fire, so yeah, you would suggest that wouldn't be ideal. Did you've already had a look at the Puff and Nipper? You had a go at trying to see if there was any like footprints there or anything, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess.
Have you told anyone that you looked for that or anything, or are you've just decided that there weren't any?
I think we're just happy that the guys aren't dead.
Oh,
Nice.
an unusual level of sentimentality.
Well, I like these people.
Okay, so yeah. How do you do a whisper on this thing? It won't let me do it.
There's /W space, and then when you start typing a name, it brings it underneath, like brings a drop down box.
Ah, there we go.
Click it, otherwise it says unrecognized command.
Cool.
We're back in 2 seconds.
Ah, yes. So are we, because we've moved around the side of the building, have we still got the townsfolk with us, or are we just sort of amongst ourselves chatting?
Nipper, what are you doing?
I was distracted, just clicking around.
Okay. Just having a bit of a peruse, eh?
Clicking around, like.
It's fun, isn't it?
Ooh.
Nipper is now the mother of dragons.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, Paul, has the crowd dispersed, or is Sildar still there?
Oh, Nipper's still there.
Because I could point out, I found a weird scorch mark on the counter that was kind of like away from all the fire and everything like that. So maybe a spell was cast or something like that, maybe from the cell.
It was sort of angling. It seemed to be angling between the window on the right hand side, on the left hand side as you saw it, and the door and the sort of cell.
Yeah. So somehow, something's gone on there.
Sounds like it could have been something like a firebolt, maybe.
Yeah.
Would explain how the building ended up.
Caught on fire, yeah.
Yeah.
There were 2 people that were not happy when we left. It was Halia and Lien.
The guild leader, the one who warned us when she left.
Yeah, so there's 2 people that were unhappy with the vote, I think. I mean,
Do we know where her house is?
The only one that was unhappy with the vote was Halia.
Yeah, the guild.
Yeah.
I mean, she is there. They're all there.
So can we talk to her?
Sure, do your thing.
So what are your thoughts on this? I suppose you're happy now.
Why would I be happy?
Well, because we look bloody silly at the moment.
It says a lot about you, like, that you consider this to be from your own perspective. There's people dead in there, and it seems Harbin's dead. Wouldn't be surprised if you had something to do with this. You seem to have it in for him.
And yet we were the only people who went in to try to save him, as opposed to the rest of you who left them in a burning building.
I don't know about you, but I don't fancy my chances in an inferno like that. And you obviously didn't save anyone, so what good are you?
Well, we found... Go on.
Why would they have gone in if they started the fire?
Can you not see my burn marks and my coughing from my lungs? My smoke inhalation.
What of it?
Well, clearly that means that I've got no part to play in this, other than some foolhardy hero who tried to save the people inside.
So you say.
Indeed, I do.
She looks at you. She looks at you in disgust, throws her hand up in dismissal, and walks off. She doesn't like you.
Fucking hell, she's a plank, isn't she?
She's not much of a charmer, is she?
She runs a miners' guild.
Yeah.
In like the bum end of nowhere, Fandolin. So you know.
Can I use
down
a?
her shop just to prove a point.
You what? Sorry.
Just jokingly, just said, "Shall I burn down her shop just to prove a point?"
Did you say it? Or are you just joking as a player?
No, she's walked off, right? So I'm just jokingly saying it to the guys.
Do us a favour. Roll a d20. Oh dear.
Oh no.
As you say that, as she's walking away, she stops and turns and strides back, going, "What did you say?"
You heard me.
She turns to everyone and says loudly, You see? They're threatening to burn down my shop just like they've burnt down Harbin's townhouse. You see, these outsiders are nothing but trouble. I think they're involved in it the whole time."
I cast minor illusion to make the sound of a voice from the back say, "Leave them alone."
Everyone looks really confused because it doesn't sound like anyone they know. I imagine it sounds a bit like you just going, "Leave them alone!"
Bearing in mind that I've nearly died going in there to save her friends, can I give her a slap?
Yes.
Roll an attack.
We didn't lift you up.
With triple advantage.
Yeah, you've got advantage because you've got her by surprise.
So what am I rolling here?
Just an unarmed attack.
Unarmed. Where's unarmed? Dum, 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 dum.
Do you know what? Just roll as if you're attacking with your main weapon. It's fine.
Okay.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Do a strength check.
Oh, hang on.
Oh my god. Are you shooting longbows at her?
Right, that's my main weapon, but I'll do a strength check.
He's like, yes, I will do a strength check now that I've done that.
Yes.
Oh no! Okay. You rear back and give her a right old good smack on her granite jaw, cracking a bone in your hand, dealing yourself 4 damage. She doesn't even blink. I would like you to roll a dex save.
Okie doke.
Okay. She then, quick as a flash, swings back at you, and you manage to dodge backwards out the way. At that point, Sildar steps in and goes, "Enough! This is not going to solve anything. Halia, just get back to your store. I will deal with this. And he turns to you, Gaius, and looks you very sternly in the eye and goes, "There is no need for that, friend. You are a friend to this town, but don't push it."
Just for future reference, unarmed strike is you roll a d20 for the attack, and then the damage is 1 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll make note of that.
I love it that it's 1 plus your strength modifier. If your strength modifier is -2...
Give them HP. Give them...
I will heal you by punching you! So, making friends and influencing people, that's spectacular.
So yeah, so she stormed off back to her shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She stormed off this time.
So what do we think, guys? Do we think that basically the 2 bodies were not Phil, what's his name? Harbin, that's it, and Myrna. Is that our general consensus? And we have
I would think so.
Oh, you've got a fugitive mage.
We do.
And I'm pretty sure Glassstaff is on the back foot straight towards Black Spider.
I think I saw some footprints outside the window when we were rummaging around. But it's a bit dark and a bit burny. I didn't have a lot of time to look.
Can I go check them out?
Yeah, sure.
If I was Glassstaff, I might want to go back to my lair in case I've left something important there.
Ooh.
What did we say? Check in the would it be survival? Did we say?
Survival or investigation, I will allow. Okay. Is anyone else going to check out those?
I'll go and have a look if that's all right.
Yeah,
I'll go have a look as well, seeing as I've not seen.
All right, I'll roll some checks for you guys. Don't worry about.
Are you going to do it for us?
Yeah, because then I don't want you to know how well you've done.
This is going on. Can I head back to the house to collect Droop and our stuff?
Yes.
And kit up.
Yep. You can go back to the house for now. That's cool.
Me and Lars
FYI, so while everyone's doing this, you're going to go back and put your armor on. Droop hasn't quite finished it, which becomes evident when you put it back on and it's a bit damp.
I'm going to let him off this time. Unexpected awakening in the middle of the night.
So you guys, Gaius, you're looking at tracks, and who else is looking at the?
Yeah, I did a check.
Lars.
Okay, so each of you has a look round. There's quite a lot of sort of wear and tear and smoke and bits of wood and everything, so it's kind of hard to tech. Gaius, you seem to perceive some footsteps that seem to head in the direction, roughly, of the manor house where the Red Brands hideout, manor house building. Lars, you seem to find some steps that lead back towards town, towards the inn. And Rook, when you've been looking around, you follow the same sort of steps, the same tracks in the same direction as Gaius, finding them leading towards the... Lars leading towards the inn, but you seem to follow them leading off towards the Tribor Trail out of town, as far as you can say. But it is all a bit confusing and all a bit muddled because there's a lot of tracks around.
Quick question: was that the inn?
The one that you guys were staying in?
Right, not the Red Brand one.
No.
Fine. Also, another quick question: who else wasn't wearing their stuff? Was it just Lars?
I wasn't wearing it like much.
I wasn't.
Can I gather?
I don't think anyone was.
Oh, can I try and collect as much stuff as possible from the house with Droop and bring
You
it
have
back?
Droop as well.
I mean, yeah, you can do that, or alternatively, you could just let the guys come and get it. It's up to you. But yeah, if you want to bring their gear, that's fine.
I said low drooper.
Could I go back to the house and have a short rest? Because I'm in not the greatest shape at the moment.
Well,
With
if you
broken
want to,
hand.
but you probably want to do that as a group, unless you're just going to be like, latest guys, I'm going to go have a kip. Xander's slept through it all, to be fair.
Yeah.
Up to you guys. I mean, you could always decide to rest up until the morning. It depends whether you want to go chasing after.
I would want to not let him get away. I think I'm going to sleep at this point.
Okay, so
Coughing at the same time.
So what do you guys want to do then? So it seems to me, and let me summarize what I think you guys are saying, just to make sure I've got it right. You guys believe that Harbin and Myrna died in the fire, that those are the two bodies.
Yeah.
So you think Glassstaff escaped somehow. So you think he's on the run. So
Yeah.
what do you guys want to do? Do you want to try and give
Well,
chase? If you want to give chase, where do you think he's actually gone?
I can see footsteps go into the inn. I find somewhat suspicious. What have you guys found?
I found footprints. I thought were going to the inn, and then they veered off towards the trail we came in on, the Tribor trail.
Okay, and what about you guys? Did you find anything?
I found some tracks, but I can't remember where they were going.
They were leading towards the manor where the Red Brand's hideout was.
Yeah. So.
Why do you want to investigate?
You wouldn't be to go back to the manor.
I would not be surprised if you went back to the manor either to get if any possessions he might have left. Why would somebody have gone to the inn? Who could that have? Why would someone be going there? That seems highly suspicious to me.
Who do we know that goes the inn a lot?
I mean, to be fair, you have to bear in mind, guys, that it's a relatively busy thoroughfare, so you might just be picking up normal tracks. When you were leading away, well, as soon as you got anywhere away from the inn, there was a lot from the town hall. There was a lot of intermingled tracks, so you've been trying to pick out those tracks amidst many different other ones once you get onto the main street. So you can't be sure that you haven't mixed them in with other normal, innocuous tracks.
But the other ones.
Say,
sorry, can I have one at a time? Because I think about 4 of you were talking there.
Can we check the inn?
Yeah.
If we don't find anything there, head towards the manor.
So are you all going to the inn?
And I'm happy to go to the inn on my own if everybody wants to do something else. But
So yeah.
it's up to the other guys. Are they coming with me or?
Yeah, I'll go because the footprints I saw kind of headed that way, but then veered off. But I don't think
So you go and check out the inn. The inn is currently empty, as far as you can tell, because everyone's come to deal with the fire or to just watch. So there's, as far as you can tell, there's no one around.
Okay. Do we want to look round, or can we? Do I know where the innkeeper was? Were they in the crowd?
Everyone was outside the town hall.
Okay.
By the looks of it, whoever headed this way was probably just about their business, or they've been here and come back out again.
I hope you're right, because I do have suspicions, but without any real evidence.
Oh, I'm curious now.
I mean, we have a friend who likes to go there a lot, who was friends with the
That's what I
person
was saying about the inn a minute ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the
Are
same time,
you casting aspersions on Sildar?
I have no evidence for that.
I love how suspicious the party is. It's like, yes, he is a nobleman. Oh my god, it could be him.
Hey, this looks dodgy to me, but I'm happy to drop it if no one else.
Well, we did leave a mage sort of bound and gagged, and yet he seems to somehow sort of, I don't know,
The place on fire.
himself and cast some sort of spell, and
At the same time as the guy who was meant to be watching him in charge had disappeared to relieve himself.
yeah,
I agree.
I mean, to be fair, they don't have a pisser in the town hall.
It could have been that was just the opportunity for out of no wrongdoing, Glassstaff saw an opportunity when Sildar left the building to then make his escape.
Assuming that it was Sildar, a Glassstaff on his own,
He could have had an accomplice.
seems fairly likely.
He's
Or not.
I speak to Pup and I say that the message cantrip, is it vocational or can it be done without speaking? Can it be done?
You have to point at someone. So you have to be able to speak, and you have to physically point in the direction of someone.
Okay, and he was going.
Anyone else can hear it.
And also, it will be blocked if it only goes a certain distance, and there are certain materials that will block it, like thick stone and things like that. So, in theory, he might have been able to, if he could have pointed at someone through his bound hands, but knew where they were and could send that sort of thing, but it would be tricky.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not out of the realms of possibility. That's even assuming that he knows that cantrip.
Yeah, I do. Just going on the basis of he's got spells.
Hey, wizardy dude, that wizardy thing that you do, all wizards do it, right? Can he do it, wizardy dude?
That's so unfair.
Okay, so you've gone and checked out the tavern or the inn, and not much is going down. What do you guys want to do now then?
Should we head to the Red Brand's hideout?
Yeah. Have we got our stuff at this point, by the way?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Now, are you taking Droop with you, or are you going to send him home?
We'll drop him off home.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, everyone, back to the Red Brand hideout. La 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 la.
Should we send Droop back home and tell him not to wait up?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We're on the glass. What's going on?
Oh, you. Are you going in the side entrance or the front entrance?
Do we want to split up and try and corner him?
Different entrances.
Give me a minute. Something just fell over in the kitchen and I'm the only one awake.
Nice.
Sounds good.
But bear in mind, though, if he's got an accomplice, there's likely to be more than one of them in there.
Okay. So, who's going where? Move your tokens to the entrance. So you can either be this entrance, or you can be this entrance.
Me and Nipper have a good synergy. It always works out well when me and Nipper are together.
But when has it ever worked out well? When has it literally ever worked out well?
I'm dead, right?
It's funny to see Nipper fall flat on his face, though.
Right. So who's going which way?
So Nipper and Gaius appear to be at the side entrance, and Puff.
I'll go this way with Brooke.
Okay, so Nipper, Gaius, and Puff, you enter into the cavern where you originally met the delightful Nothic. You still see in front of you the remnants of the collapsed bridge. That no wonder Rook has decided not to go that way. Funnily enough, actually, as it happens. Yeah, so you can spend a bit of time searching around there if you want. Lars and Rook, when you enter, I need you to... Oh, in fact, I'll do it for you. Some perception checks. Okay, so as you're looking around, Rook, yeah, you go and have a look. No, neither of you can sort of find any evidence of people being there now. However, there is a lot of water on the floor near the edge of the water cistern.
Can I check that out to see if it looks like something came out? Or
so, yeah, looking at it, you would guess. It sort of looks a similar amount to, like, when you dived in and then got out. Yeah. So you would guess that someone's gone into and maybe got out of that water. And
Lars, it looks like someone's been in the water. Maybe they needed to retrieve something I missed before.
The water seems to lead in this sort of direction towards that secret door.
Yeah. Sam's still...
I'm still looking around blindly.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to tell him anything, you can.
I found something that the water has been disturbed it looks like someone may have gone in and come back out again, but they're headed towards this exit of the room here. I point to it.
So, Gaius, Nipper, and Puff, can you put yourselves roughly where you'd be searching in that area?
I was kind of assuming that we're just going to kind of go blazing in and just go straight to where he found him.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're going to be heading up there. Okay, that's fine.
Kind of just,
I was going to hopefully listen out to see if anyone is in any part of the chamber, if possible. Like listen for.
Okay, so
around
if you move yourselves to roughly where you would have moved to upon initially going into that cavernous area.
I'll still follow Nipper, but that was my intention was just to go in and listen out to see if anyone's in.
So you're currently at that entrance to that sort of passageway. Is that where you'd be initially, just listening?
Initially, yeah, and then I'd follow Nipper wherever he's going.
Okay, so let me roll perception for all of you, because you're all having a good old listen, yeah? Okay, so as you're all listening, you hear the sort of normal sounds that you would hear in a sort of dank, manky cavern that's very weird. So you hear a lot of sort of the sounds of stones moving and sort of falling, the sounds of water, that sort of thing, nothing out of the ordinary. What I need you to do, Puff, is to do a Dex saving throw. Okay, so while you're listening, you feel a sudden shove from your side, which knocks you sideways, and you stagger and fall to the ground, just about falling short of falling into the cavern, and you hear the sound of scuffing from behind you.
I'm going to shout help. There's something on me.
There's something on you. So you're on the floor going, ah, something's on me!
Yeah.
Okay, Nipper and Gaius, you turn and look at him, and all you can see is Puff lying on his face, basically with his head right next to the edge of the cavern.
what happened?
So it felt like someone.
It felt like an impact. You're not hurt. You're just. It's your pride that's hurt, and you almost fell down a really great cavern.
Something dodgy's going on. That wasn't normal.
Or like a presence, like nudge you or something.
It was a push, yeah.
So there could be an invisible person around.
Yes. Can I put a shocking grasp out to the south towards the cave?
Yes, you can.
Reach out with my hand.
Okay. I will roll a dex for you. So you grasp at the air, but you don't feel anything.
Okay.
Can we see any like footprints or anything?
No, not that you can see. Not in the immediate vicinity. You can search a bit wider if you want, but it'll take a bit of time.
Me and Rook start moving towards them.
Okay, yeah, if you proceed.
So following the water, where the water went, yeah?
Yeah, so the water gives out quite quickly, apart from the odd drip drop, so that would lead you to about here. So you emerge at the edge of the thing, and you see across the chasm in the familiar cavern, you see Puff lying on the ground, reaching out towards the south, and Gaius and Nipper looking at him slightly bemused.
What happened?
I think something pushed me, and then I heard scuffing from behind, outside. Oh, can I use Misty Step to teleport back down the cave?
Well, you can try, but you're lying on the ground at the moment, so...
Or stand up and do that when it's my turn.
Yep, sure. So you teleport outside, and you can't see anything. There's no one in the vicinity.
Okay. I'm just gonna, I suppose, stand there and keep watch or listen out.
So do you think it was like a ward or something, maybe, that he triggered, or...?
It felt like an impact, like almost like an attack or a push.
If someone came from this direction, they either had to cross the chasm by going down into it, or by using one of the passageways further north of us. So, could they be in the chasm? Can I have a look down there?
Yeah, you can have a look down there.
Feel free to get close to that edge.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't.
I love how sinister that sounded, as if he was going to shove you.
If Puff has moved out of the way, can I get to the edge and have a look?
Yeah. So you're all just going to stick your heads over the side and stare down into the abyss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You have a good old look round. You don't see anything down there, but of course it's quite dark and misty down there. And I think at this point we will draw a line under the session for the evening. Quite an eventful one, eh?
What we
Good
need is a
sesh.
paint gun.
Sorry?
We need a paint gun there.
Silly string.
Just start lobbing javelins down there in the hope it'll hit something.
I mean, if you want.
I'm down there.
I love the way we've just degenerated into throw things over there and see if it hurts.
If we can't see anything, we can't hear anything.
It's in the walls, man.
Would it be possible for me to go in there and have a little nap until our next session? Or do we need?
I don't. That's not how it works. Like your next session will resume
pick up from
at
here,
the
yeah.
moment that you pick up. You don't just all go to sleep in between sessions. I like the idea though, because it depends. I mean, if you all want to go for a rest, you can, but that does seem a little bit unurgent in the circumstances. Also, I like the idea that you might all just go and have a lie down while there's this mystical force going around shoving people.
Well, we can't see it, we can't hear
Ho
it.
hum, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Fine, exactly. Yeah. What could go wrong?
Well,
Sorry, how did Guy get so low on health? And
I got burnt a bit. I fell over for a bit. I broke my hand on a woman's jaw for a bit. I generally had a bit of a calamitous session.
yeah, he basically went, fire, I reckon I'll be fine. And then he didn't roll very well. And then, so basically he almost burnt to death. He almost choked to death. He almost punched a woman in the jaw to death.
His own.
Him, not her.
And I was accosted by a man wearing only his pants.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Lars basically did an inadvertent people's elbow on him.
So, yeah, it's no surprise I want this day to end.
High up in the list of phrases no one says is, it's all coming up, Gaius. Alright, cool. So that was a little bit different, eh?
yeah.
Yeah, boy.